I would love to introduce myself. I am Michael Murphy. I am a realtor and broker here in Charlotte, North Carolina with Dickens Michener and Associates, or just Dickens Michener. However you want to say it, it's great. We don't really care. We're going to have fun with it. We are doing a driving tour today, and I am taking you first through our Uptown, which most people call downtown, but Charlotteans are interesting, and we're unique, and we're not charlatans, we are Charlotteans. So we call it Uptown because it is uptown. I don't know, we just call it Uptown. So in our Uptown, it is a thriving, burgeoning metropolis. We are the third fastest growing city in the United States right now, which is pretty amazing considering what's been going on with the pandemic. We have had a turnover rate or moving rate of 102 people a day average moving to Charlotte. It's incredible. So we are crossing right now Brevard Street. We're on 4th Street, which is heading right into the center of Uptown. This is our main transit terminal. To our right, we have got the Blumenthal Performing Arts Center, which is right up here and around the corner. We have got Bank of America, we have got Truist, we have got Ally, we have got a ton of banks, all headquartered right here in Charlotte. We've got Truist Field, which hosts the Charlotte Knights. We have got Bank of America Stadium, which hosts the Carolina Panthers, and Charlotte Football Club, which is our first Major League Soccer club for Charlotte. We are most excited. Right around the corner, because we're at college, is the arena, Spectrum Arena. We love that. Spectrum is also headquartered here, so if you need internet, cable TV, all that good stuff, you could call them. Spectrum TV and Spectrum Center is over here. They host the Charlotte Hornets. So we've got NBA, NHL, NFL, and soccer all right here in town, with baseball as well. You couldn't ask for a better city. We have got fine dining uptown. We have got rooftop bars that let you look over the entire city, north, east, south, west, and see sweeping views of canopy treetops, or treetop canopies. I think treetop canopies is a great way to say it. We have got the Discovery Place, which is for children uptown. It is fantastic. Great learning experience for kids, great learning experience for adults. It is really amazing. We've got food truck vendors that come out on the weekends. It is a walkable uptown that is safe and inviting and enlightening and educating. It's pretty amazing, all in all. There's older buildings that have been repurposed. A lot of them are now just for banks and other institutions that are coming uptown, but a lot of them have turned into condo spaces, which is pretty fantastic. So you can get a condo here. You can either get a walk-up brownstone, you can get a high-rise, or you can get a townhouse kind of garden condo. Any and all are acceptable. You can have grocery stores uptown. It's kind of like having a mini New York City right here in Charlotte. Walkable restaurants, really great dining, really great bars. We do events and festivals uptown all the time throughout the year. We've got Romare Bearden Park, which is also uptown. Also, you need to know this, moving to Charlotte. Charlotte Uptown is separated into 4 wards. So your first ward is the oldest ward. There is living up there. We've got a school over in First Ward. And it is the, if I can do my directions correctly, it is the southeast quadrant of Uptown. Moving over to the southwest quadrant of Uptown is Second Ward. That's mostly your government centers, banking, most of your business is right there. Third Ward is right above that. We've got the Panthers Stadium, Truist Field. We've got more business opportunities there. We've also got high-rise condos there, which is pretty amazing. And then you move over to 4th Ward, which is your northeast quadrant, and you've got really charming townhouses and condos, walkout garden units, really great dog parks and walking trails that are accessible to the Greenway that we have in Charlotte. And the Greenways run all throughout the city. So they are walking, biking trails. They usually follow our streams and riverbeds and creeks throughout the city. And they are a great way to travel if you're biking, walking, running. It's fantastic. and it's easily accessible wherever you are. So we are now heading more toward the Fourth Ward area, and then we're going to loop back out of this and head over into Noda, which is north of Davidson. Davidson is the main thoroughfare over there. Davidson has fantastic eating spots. It's got a ton of art and culture, and it's kind of like, well, it's not kind of like anything. It is our arts district. It's fascinating. We've got a light rail that also runs from Uptown to the Noda. It also goes all the way up to UNCC, which is University of North Carolina, Charlotte campus. Huge, sprawling. We will get to that in a later chapter or episode. You've got to stay tuned. This is going to be so exciting. You need to keep coming back for more. You're going to want to know everything. So we are going to come down and we're going to turn at this next light. We're going to head out of Uptown. But this has been part of our trip for Uptown. We have also got the ballet. We have got Blumenthal Performing Arts Center. We have got the Spectra Center, as I mentioned before. So we are now right on South Caldwell. We came off North Davidson. This is going to be the heart of Noda, which is North Davidson area. To our left is Optimus Hall. It is the quintessential best spot to be in Noda. Everybody from all over Charlotte comes to Optimus Hall. It is the food court of food courts, but that is, gosh, that's just being cheesy and lowbrow. Let's educate this a little bit. It is a cornucopia of excellent curated restaurants in one centralized spot. And I'm going to give you a little insider tip. You need to go to the Dumpling Lady. Best thing in there. Okay, maybe also the mac and cheese place. Ooh, wait, no, there's a burger place. Ooh, and gelato. So, you know what? Just go to Optimus Hall. You can't go wrong. There's food. I mean, you can see me. I love food. You've got to go. You're going to experience it. You're going to love it. It's going to be great. So that's our Optimus Hall stop right there. When we come back down Brevard, we're back at Davidson. So we just did the little food loop, which is awesome. We're going to now turn into the heart of Noda. So Optimus Park is right by the hall. It is linking to the Greenway right here in Noda. We're going up to Cordelia Park as well. There's the Rose McGill Garden over here. And Noda, as I said before, is our arts district. So if you've ever traveled, think of Amsterdam, think of New Orleans French Quarter, think of those really cool, hip, kind of beatnik, trendy areas that people really want to go to, really want to engage with. And we've got that. We've got people that live here and love this and thrive here because of Noda. So you can find artists, sculptures, piercings, tattoos, all of these things can be found here. They can be found anywhere else in the city, but this is the hub for it. We've got dog parks. We have got great Vietnamese. We've got Common Market. Okay, quintessential spot in Charlotte, Common Market. You gotta go. The Hobbyist, also really great. It's coffee and beer. You know, you don't normally mix the two, but you're in the South. You can do anything you want. That's the great part about living here. We have also got condos and townhouses and apartment buildings all being built in here because we have access right over here to the left with the light rail that's going to get you into city center, into Uptown in just minutes. Right over here is Rhino Market, also awesome. You can go in there. It's kind of like your corner grocery store meets sandwich mart. It's awesome. It's really great. You're gonna love it. We're going up here. So in Noda, in Charlotte, in North Carolina, the Carolinas really in particular, Nice's sausage, you have to now be, that's your sausage person. I mean, that's it. You have to be a Nice's person. I'm not going to say you have to be a Duke's Mayonnaise person because I'm not, and I may get shot, but that's okay because I wear a bulletproof vest when I go out and I say things because my mouth overloads everything and I get in trouble. But Nice's, hands down, the best. We've got breweries over here. We've got Heist Brewery. People walk to everything around here. You take your dogs. All the breweries are dog friendly. It's amazing. You can actually, did you know, you can give your dogs beer? They love it. They shouldn't drink a ton of it, but they really do love it. And more of the light beers, not the amber, not the deep, dark ales. But it's a great place to start with your dog and you. It's a good bonding experience if you need that. Hopefully you don't. So if you are a cat person, which I'm very sorry about, you can bring your cat, but they tend to not like being on a leash. Just, you probably already know this. But it's a fun fact. It really is. But anyway, back to Noda. So on North Davidson, on the weekends, it kind of turns into a little bit of a market meets fair meets just, you know, everybody's out doing their thing. So you've got people that do pop-ups and out of their cars. They've got pop-ups on the street. They've got it on the sidewalks. They've got it in the parks. It's amazing. One of my favorite places, you've got to go to Haberdish. They've got a great brunch. They have got great specials on the weekdays, weekends. We hear other people playing music. Can you feel that beat? Can you feel the bass? Can you do a little hey, hey? I mean, we can dance, but I really don't want everybody getting nauseated with my jerky motions. It can be like you're on a roller coaster, so it's okay. But Haberdish, really great place to go. Outdoor seating, indoor seating. It's fantastic food. You're going to love it. There is a Cajun restaurant up here. I tend to tell people anything with Cajun in the name or Louisiana in the name, just stay away from it because I am from New Orleans originally and nothing beats good home cooking. So if you do need that, you call me and I will make you red beans and rice. I will make you crawfish etouffee. And then you won't want anybody else's because you're gonna have the best. But there are great restaurants up here. There are great breweries up here, but this is that street vibe. This is where everybody gets to and everybody wants to just meet on the corner and you talk and all your neighbors become your friends in Noda because it is, you really don't need a car. You can Uber in if you have to, but you can also just catch the light rail, head out, go uptown, go anywhere else in the city, and then come home and just be here and you don't have to leave. It's one of the best parts about it. And that would lead us up to Boudreaux's. It is the Noda Charlotte kitchen for South Louisiana cooking. It is, outside of being in New Orleans, it's pretty good. I mean, I would say try it. Let me know if you like it. Everybody waves to us because they see our cameras. They think that we're doing really fun stuff, and they have no idea how exciting this is. They would all be in the car. Like, this would be Charlotte gone wild. We have come out of Noda, and we came down North Davidson, and we hit the plaza. We turned right, and we came all the way down the plaza to Matheson. So now we are entering into Plaza Midwood. But depending on how you talk to people, some people call it Plaza, some people call it Midwood, some people call it Plaza Midwood. Any of those three are all accurate and just fine. It's gonna be great. Plaza is older, and for the most part, it is a historic district, but it's not designated historic. So you've got a lot of older homes that run from Tudor to colonial to traditional, and then you've also got brand new builds. So you've got custom homes, you've got some spec homes, but you've really got a lot of custom design builds from really phenomenal and very talented independent contractors here, developers here in town. There are really nice large size lots here. They range from, I don't know, 1/8 of an acre that can be that were subdivided down all the way up to 1 acre to 1.5 acres. And you get all of this in Plaza. Plaza also is home to the Charlotte Country Club. Now, there are a lot of country clubs in Charlotte. It's also the land of a zillion, quadrillion, million churches, okay? So there's a church literally every corner and in between. Just know that going forward. Do not ask where it is, and don't ask which Sharon, because you're never gonna know who she is. But there are 18 Sharons, and they're all roads, and they all go somewhere. We'll get to that in later episodes as well. That's a whole confusing thing, and then you have to rewind and go over it again. But to my left is the entrance to Charlotte Country Club. It was started in 1910. It is one of the oldest country clubs in Charlotte, if not the oldest. But it is spectacular. You can do weddings there, events there. It's really fantastic. If you get the chance, just drive through, tell them you want to take a look. It's worth it. So we are driving down Belvedere. Belvedere is one of the main corridors and streets in Plaza. You have got really great grand homes back here. They range from old brick to some wood to some new builds. Some look like they should be up in the mountains, but that's the charm of Plaza. You get all of these mixed houses that you kind of don't normally see in a neighborhood, but when you're driving through here, you think, this is out of a Lifetime movie, that I should be falling in love right around the corner, and this is going to be exceptional, and it is. So it's pretty amazing. It's always green. Even in the winter, we have green leaves and green bushes, and it's pretty amazing around here. We have got watersheds everywhere. So don't be concerned about that, because all of our watersheds run into our rivers that run into the Catawba, and they go into Lake Norman or Lake Wylie, north or south, depending on which one you want to go to. But it's to divert all of the flooding that may potentially happen, and it gets it out of the city quickly and fast so that you don't have to deal with it on the back end and have any adverse reactions. So that being said, there are watersheds in Plaza. There are watersheds pretty much in just about every neighborhood, if there are not multiples. But that's a good thing. So if you look for a home and we say, hey, there's a watershed back here, just know that that's not bad. Just know you can't build right on it. There are buffers that we can talk about in later episodes as well. But we were on Belvedere. We're coming up Truman. Club Road is also, it's right next to us. It is a quintessential road. I'm going to stop saying quintessential. It is a main road for Plaza. It also does a circular loop. Lots of immaculate homes there. Lots of really great homes. Some are craftsman, some are bungalow. You really get a lot of different styles in Plaza. It's fun. It's quirky. It's not as quirky as Noda, but it's quirky, but it's really cool. A lot of homes around here, you will see just small bungalow styles, and then you'll see brand new craftsmen. We've got one that's coming up over here, Blue Cedar Shake. Can you tell me anywhere else in the country you will find Blue Cedar Shake? I don't know, but I love it. I really love it. I knocked on their door and said, I need you to know, I think this is fantastic. It is Tardis Blue. It's on a cedar. It's on a shake. I like it a lot. I think it's going to go really fast. They're not actually going to sell. They're going to move into it, but that's even better. So when they get tired of it, I told them to call me because I might have to buy it. It's a lot of fun. So we're going to turn on to Central right now. Central is your main corridor for Plaza. It kind of bifurcates Plaza and going over into one of the main sections of Charlotte, which is Elizabeth and Chantilly. So Plaza with Central, you've got breweries down here. We've got a lot of breweries. Charlotte is home to a ton of breweries. It's great. But we've also got great eateries in Plaza. It's very walkable. We do have a greenway over here, access. We do have a lot of great restaurants, but we've also got an Amelie's Bakery that is popping up here. We have got Two Scoops Creamery, which is down Central, which is pretty excellent. It's a homemade local ice cream parlor. They have a couple of locations around town, but they're actually local. So go to Two Scoops, get whatever you want. The Captain Crunch with the berries, I like a lot. Again, I love food. So if you need food recommendations, you let me know. Another great thing for food is log on to Axios. It used to be called Charlotte Agenda, so I'm going to refer to it as Charlotte Agenda a lot, but it's Axios. It tells you what's going on, when and where in Charlotte, what all the new things are, what the happening things are, when they're moving, when they're opening, when they're closing, all of it. It's how I stay informed because I can't keep up with all of it. But it's pretty fantastic. We do have a Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter is our local grocery store. A lot of people have Piggly Wigglies or Sam's Clubs or whatever. We have Harris Teeter. It is local to Charlotte. We love it. It's now going everywhere else, but we started here. We're really good. I will take you by the Taj Theater, which was the big, grand, huge Harris Theater that we just dubbed the Taj Theater back in the 90s. So we have got Zeta Jane's up here. We have got Fuel Pizza up here. Workman's Friend, fantastic place to go. They've got a garage door that opens up to an aired patio. It's really kind of fun. You're gonna love it. Emmy Squared Pizza, really deep dish pan pizza. It's phenomenal. You're gonna love it. Five Guys Burgers, Bistro Le Bon. We have got, Bank of America's up here. We've got pharmacies over here. We've got grocery stores over here. Everything over here, plus a light rail stop down here at the end of Plaza. Which we're gonna head all the way down, and we're gonna cut then on Hawthorne. We're gonna go by Hawthorne's Pizza. We're going to go by Novant, which is one of our main healthcare providers here in town. So it used to be called Presbyterian. So if you hear somebody say, "Oh, are you Presby or are you CMC?" you'll then know Presby is Novant, CMC is Atrium. It's all okay. If you ever have questions, you call me. I'm here to answer everything for you. If I don't know it, I'm either going to make it up or I'm going to go look it up. I mean, can we just be honest? I mean, that's exactly what's going to happen. And if I make it up, you're going to probably sense that there's a little BS in there, and we should probably go and ask somebody else something. But you'll see a smirk on my face at some point, and you'll know, okay? It's all great. You're going to be great. You're going to love this. And who's not going to love being with me as your realtor, taking you all through Charlotte, finding all of these fun spots? We're going to have like 3-hour lunches, and I'm going to have to tell you to stop drinking and stop eating so we can go back out and look at homes, because we have appointments for them. It's going to be great. You're going to love this. So this is Hawthorne. It's not a light rail, but we have what they've dubbed trolley. I find that term slightly offensive because it's not. Trolleys are in New Orleans and in San Francisco. This is actually a light rail part that they just took them many, many, many years to find the right steel and the right gauge and get all this done. This is a little point of contention for people here in town because it stops traffic all the way up to Novant. And it's okay because it's worth it, I think. It provides really great public transportation. People are very excited about it. People are very anxious about it. People are a lot of things about it. But you know what? Ride it. It's fun. It's cool. And it's cheap. So it's a really good way to get around, especially if you plan on going out and having a night out. You can come up here. You can go over to Custom Shop and have dinner right down here off of Elizabeth. You can go to Hawthorne's Pizza right here. You can go... Remember I said, don't go to anything in Cajun, so there's Cajun Queen up here. Don't go. It's just oily water. That's all it is, with things in it. Just save yourself. Don't go. But you can go there, but don't. We can go up the street. So what else is up here? There's a ton of stuff up here. The Crunkleton. Oh my gosh, the Crunkleton. So you want craft cocktails? You want a great menu? You go into the Crunkleton. You're going to have to call. You're going to have to log on. You're going to have to reserve a table. And it may take you a little while. You can go to Supperland as well in Plaza. Awesome place. Gotta definitely make a reservation there because it is not one of those places that you can just go, yeah, I'll walk in right now. Unless you want to turn into the geriatric kind of person and go in at like 4:30, 5 o'clock and go, okay, I'll put my dentures in and eat and then go home. So that could work. I'm, probably going to turn into that next year. So we'll see. If I do, you can make fun of me. It'll be great. We are heading into a really cool section of town. It is called Elizabeth, and Elizabeth borders Chantilly. So we are on 7th Street. 7th Street is the main thoroughfare through Elizabeth. It is known for that. The Crunkleton, which I mentioned, is right up here on our left. If you take Pecan and you go down, that will take you straight over to Plaza. On Pecan, 2 great things that you need to know. Heroes Aren't Hard to Find, which is a comic book store. Do not laugh. I promise you I will hunt you down. I went there when I was in college. I've loved it. It has been a staple in my life. It is awesome. You need to go just to experience it because it is fun. You turn into a kid again, and it is just a great experience. Right past there, you go over the train tracks, turn into the first driveway you can see that you can to the left. Villani's Bakery. Oh my goodness. It is the best thing. They do homemade everything. I took a half sheet pan of tiramisu that they made to a dinner one night. People were fighting over who got the leftovers. Just, you can't make these stories up. It was that good. So one of my best friend's daughters works there. She makes the cookies, or some of the cookies. They are so sinfully good. They have sprinkled flaky sea salt on them. Oh, so decadent, so tasty, and so delectable. It's the best thing in the world. So anyway, away from food, I've got to stop doing that. I'm so sorry. I'm going to make everybody hungry, and then we're going to have snacks, and that doesn't always bode well when we're trying to drive, because it's kind of like turning it into Cookie Monster halfway through, and then you go, nom, 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 and then you don't understand what I'm saying, and that's never a good sign. So we have got Chantilly right over here to the left. We're turning into Elizabeth. This is a charming older, everything in Charlotte is charming, by the way. You're going to hear me say this a lot, but it is. It is absolutely charming. And if you don't agree with me, I will make you agree with me, because you're going to see my point of view sooner or later. It's going to be great. But Elizabeth is very bungalow-esque. You've got cobblestoned walls that come up in people's front yards, and you've got a lot of greenery. You've got a lot of different landscaping. You've got stuff that ranges from hydrangeas to tulips to ferns to really interesting different kinds of fauna and flora that can be grown here. There are a lot of landscape designers here in town. They're all very good. I have my favorites, so you need to call me for those, because if I say them out on this, they're going to get a ton of calls, and I may not be on his list anymore. But I need to keep them, so you need to call me separately. This is all Elizabeth. This is great. So you've got these very small, a lot of them are two-story, but you do have some single-story ranch bungalow-style homes in here. It's a very walkable community, because you can walk over to the Crunkleton. It depends on how walking friendly you are, and how good at walking you are, and how much you like doing it, if you think a grocery store is close enough for you. I would tend to say you need to hop in the car to go to the grocery store, only because we do get hot here in the summer. We did hit our first 101 the other day, and I will tell you, people were not happy at all. I come from oppressive humidity and heat in New Orleans. This was not oppressive, but I did get slapped and scolded for saying that out loud, because if you live here long enough, it becomes oppressive. So it's whatever you're used to. But if you're coming from south of here, it's not bad. If you're coming from north, God help you, and take a summer vacation somewhere north where it gets colder. Just saying, it's going to be great. So we're coming through Elizabeth. We've got this wonderful area. We will come back through here, and we will do a whole other episode where we talk about what pricing is in all of these neighborhoods, because it ranges. It's different based on whether you're getting a single family home versus a townhouse versus a condo. But Elizabeth and Chantilly are two totally different pricing structures, and they're right next door to each other. But you've got Eastover, which we're about to head into right now. And Eastover is, as you have probably seen from one of my other videos, it is one of the most exclusive neighborhoods in Charlotte. And I am not doing a really cool funky dance. I'm actually looking both ways to see if I can cross the street, which you kind of do need to do here, because people are crazy. And well, ain't nobody got time for that. So, we just got to drive right. That's all there is to it. So I am coming up Dodger. Dodger comes up past one of my favorite houses. A friend of mine is listing it right now. It's at 301 Colville. I think that's the address, 301 Colville. Yes. I am blonde, I am balding, and I do have ADD and dyslexia. So I do tend to get my numbers mixed up a little bit. So feel free to call me out on that. It's totally fine. I have no problem saying, oh yeah, I did not mean that. So if I say it's only 30,000 and it's supposed to be 300,000, you need to realize that it's not. You're not getting a house for 30. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts. So say thank you right now for letting you know all of that. So back to where we are. We are in Eastover. Eastover is one of the pinnacle neighborhoods in Charlotte. It has really grand homes, and you've got anything from a 2-acre lot that could be, or 2.5, that's a lot of land, and sprawling lawns that could be $9 million, all the way down to really cute pied-à-terres. Now, if you don't speak French, which is totally fine, I can do French lessons on the side. A pied-à-terre is just a small little kind of garden walkout place that you have. It's usually on a ground floor, and you can walk right out into a garden or into a little area that's courtyarded, and they're charming, they're cute. Again, charming is there because it is charming. It's like you're reading a novel and you're imagining how this person is living, and you say, I like that. I would want that in my life. That's charming because you remember it, and it's very livable, it's very desirable, and it's just fun. It's a lot of fun. So Eastover has everything. You've got grand homes on sprawling acreage. You've also got brand new builds that can be slightly contemporary, but tasteful. I'm putting my finger up, I'm not supposed to do that, but I am. It's got to be tasteful. If you don't do it tastefully, we may not be friends. I mean, I don't know what else to say. So we're coming down Hempstead. We've got Hempstead Museum, Colville. Colville's a huge road. You're going to really get to know that one. Lockley is a great one. All of these houses in here are older, but they are very, what is a good word to say for Eastover houses? Impressive. Let's not go overboard. Let's just say it's impressive. You have got bank CEOs. You have got lending CEOs, you have got VPs in here, you've got healthcare workers in here, you've got anybody and everybody can live in Eastover. I mean, you can live anywhere you want in Charlotte, but that's the other thing. Just because this is a higher price point with very elegant and immaculate homes doesn't mean that you can't live here. It just means we need to figure out a way to make that happen. Okay? So we're coming up to Cherokee Road. Cherokee is going to take us right over onto the main thoroughfare, which is Providence, and Providence is going to bifurcate Eastover and Myers Park. So Myers Park is another neighborhood in Charlotte, and it's one of our older neighborhoods. Myers Park is probably most well known for its boulevard, which is called Queens Road West. Queens Road West has a wonderful tree canopied lined street, and it winds, and when you think of a beautiful sunny Sunday and you want to get out and you want to go for a walk, or you want to get in the car and you just want to drive and experience something, that's where you go. That's the street you want to drive down. We're going to drive down it. You get to experience it now without having to come here. Now, it is not a sunny Sunday afternoon. It is a wonderful twilight evening on a Saturday, which is pretty close to Sunday. So you're almost getting the absolute best thing in the world. Maybe if we had ice cream or tiramisu, it might be better. Again, I can't get over the food thing. You just need to know this. It's going to be fantastic, though. So we are coming down Huntley Place right now. Huntley will take us up to Providence. Providence Road will take you all the way out of Charlotte. It will take you all the way into Uptown. It will take you all the way out of Charlotte. It will take you through South Park. It will take you through South Charlotte. It will take you into Waverly. It will take you into Weddington, and it will take you into Waxhaw. Those are all 3 separate towns, and they are way out. I mean, way out, like 45 minutes to an hour out. So that's a whole other episode as well. Those are really cool places if you don't want the hustle and bustle of the city center. We have got great condos up here. They are fantastic. We've got a Harris Teeter right here on the corner. You can walk over to it. This is a great place to live. We have got Ace Number 3 hamburgers, which started over in Belmont, which is really, really close to Plaza Noda area. But they've opened up one here in Myers Park. It is a really great sandwich place. I mean, a burger place. They do wonderful milkshakes. It's a lot of fun. One of the best cleaners in town. Can't tell you the name on here, but you got to call me again. You got to get with me to get all of these really cool places to go and all of these places and people to encounter and do business with and get involved with and get to know. Because in case you didn't know, I like to know people. I like to have conversations. I want to be invested in you and with what's going on with you. So to do that, I do that with the restaurants I go to. I do that with my dry cleaners. I do that with my pharmacy. I do that with just about everything in town. I do it with people that are in the video business. I do it with people in banking, healthcare, all of it. It's fun. And if you're a little shy, we can take this down a couple of notches, and that's okay too. We can make all of that happen on your level with which you're comfortable. It can work. So we're going to turn right now, and we're going to come into a section of Myers Park. This is the northern section. It is slightly, if you want to associate it like next to a ward of Uptown, this would be right below 2nd Ward, coming out of Uptown. So if that gives you a little bit of a helping hand when you're thinking of the map and you're looking at the map, we would be just south of Uptown, right under 2nd Ward. And it's perfect. There are parks over here, but Myers Park is primarily just a single family residential area. Now, there are exceptions to that because Queens Road has a lot of condos and apartments because we're very close to Atrium, which was CMC, and we're very close to Novant, which was Presbyterian. 2 main health centers, 2 main healthcare providers. They're not the only 2. There's Tryon Medical, and they have offices all over town as well. And then there's Avance Care, and they're all over North Carolina. But Tryon and Novant and Presby are pretty much your people, or CMC and Atrium are pretty much your ones for in Charlotte. So we are on Queens Road right now. We're about to cross it. We're about to head on to Queens Road West. So this is not the main part of Queens Road West, but it is a really great part of Queens Road West. It's a little bit less traveled. So if you want to buy on Queens Road West because you want that notoriety of being on a notorious street for a good reason, not because somebody's going to, go, oh, wow, that happened there. No, it's all good stuff. But this is just one of those less traveled routes that you would want to take. So here you will see tree-lined streets, canopies coming over everything. When the sun is just blaring and blazing out here, this is absolutely gorgeous. One of the best things in the world, get up early on a Sunday morning, get in your car, watch the sun come through the trees. It's a religious experience, people. I mean, it gets me a little choked up because it is absolutely one of the most gorgeous things I've ever seen. It makes me calm. It puts me in a good spot. And I feel right for the week. If I can see that and experience that, gosh, sometimes there's just nothing better. It's like when you get that first spring day after a long, hard winter and you go, wow, this is what I've been waiting for. This is going to make my entire month. That's how this is. Just driving Charlotte, experiencing these neighborhoods, experiencing how we live here and what you can encounter. I mean, you can't help but get excited about it. I do. I mean, in case you can't tell, I might be a little over-exaggerated in some instances, but, for the most part, I love what I do. In case you can't tell, again, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So this is the main section of Queens Road West. You have got some very nice homes here. Some are Victorian. Actually, no, I take that back. Let's scratch that. There are no Victorian homes on Queens Road West, but there are Tudor homes. There are a lot of Tudor homes in Charlotte. because Charlotte was a British colony. And a lot of our laws, a lot of how we live comes from a very British Anglican way of life. So you will see Tudor-esque styles. You will see stone Tudor styles. You will see some, we've got Tudor over here, small Tudor. They're better Tudors. But we've got colonial. We've got a lot of traditional. And there's a lot of mixed media when you're doing some of these houses in here. Queen's University is just right up here on Selwyn Avenue. Fantastic university, right in the heart of Charlotte. You don't get a better campus. I mean, you really don't. I am not just saying that because it's my alma mater, but because it is actually true. We are going to head up here and we're going to drive by it very quickly. But if we weren't, we would take a right and we would go down Princeton. Princeton will take you to Freedom Park, which has walking trails, jogging trails. You've got access to the Greenway right here. It's phenomenal. You can walk over to Park Road Shopping Center from here. You can take the Greenway over, which is a lot quicker. You can go to Black Hawk Hardware, which is one of the oldest hardware stores in town. It is probably the largest you're going to walk into that I've ever walked into, at least. It's 2 floors. They've got an elevator and a slide. Slide's not just for kids, just FYI. I've already asked multiple times. Everybody has said yes. I have not gotten stuck on it, so that's a good thing. But it is a lot of fun. And it's just, one of the little spiral slides. It's great. You can go down. They have an Isle of Death. It's pretty phenomenal. I geeked out and I got really excited because you've got snake repellent, you've got weed killer, you've got ant bait, you've got termite treatment, you've got everything to kill pests on the Isle of Death. You need to go just for that. It's a lot of fun. You're gonna love it. By the way, in town, you will see bunnies everywhere. I mean, they don't say breeding like rabbits for no reason, because they are everywhere in Charlotte. We walk the dog and literally he stops every 5 feet because he's like, and you would think squirrel because that's from Up. No, our dog goes rabbit, rabbit, rabbit. They're just all over. So if you really like bunnies, you're gonna love Charlotte. They're all over the place, and they're not shy. I mean, they won't let you pet them, but they don't run away from you immediately. They will wait a little bit. So we have come up Hastings, and we are at Wellesley. We are on the backside of Queen's University campus. We are at the Levine Center. We have an Olympic-sized swimming pool in here. Ryan Lochte, when he was training for the Olympics, was here on campus training in our swimming pool. We are now Division I for sports. We have a great MBA program. We have got, we're a university, so we've got master's, doctorate level strategies and studies, and a phenomenal set of professors. It's a pretty great university. You need to drive by and just see the campus, see how it's laid out, and right in the heart of Charlotte, in Myers Park. So we're on Selwyn. Selwyn is, there are a lot of main thoroughfares through all of these neighborhoods. Selwyn is the main thoroughfare through Myers Park. This is what's going to get you into Uptown, or at least closest to Uptown. It'll take you up to Queens Road. So here's another thing. There's a lot of Queens Roads. There's Queens Road, there's Queens Road East, there's Queens Road West. They all intersect at one point, and it gets a little confusing. But you just say you go through Queens Road all the way through, and you're okay with that, because then everybody goes, okay, that's fine. And they may not know, but they're going to nod because they want to sound smart, and they want to sound like they've been here a long time. And it's all great, because it is. Coming down Selwyn, we have got townhouses. And so in Myers Park and Eastover, when you see a couple of townhouses put together, and they may be 2 townhouses that are joined, and then you've got 2 right across the courtyard from them, we call those duets. So we like to be a little bougie, and yeah, because we can be, and it's fun. And a duet is just a really, really, really nice duoed townhouse. Or yeah, it is, and it's fantastic. They're beautiful. There are a lot of new builds that are coming up like that, and they're a lot of fun. You've also got these side streets that will take you over to Park Road, which will take you down towards, well, that's great. There's a blonde moment. Oh, yes, called Dilworth. They're going to kill me. They really are, but it's great. So we're going to get to that. But coming down Selwyn, we have got Selwyn Pub. It's a staple here in Charlotte. You've got to go at least once. They do great outdoor ball games on the big screens. Everybody loves to drink there. Reed's Fine Foods, 3 great locations. Uptown, here in Myers Park, and over at South Park. Oh my gosh. Best butcher in Charlotte. That you can get prepared meals, you can get everything done. I get my chicken wings from them, and they do a great Brazilian rub. Again, food, I gotta stop. I can't stop. I can't. So we've come right out of Myers Park. We're at Park Road Shopping Center. I mentioned Black Hawk Hardware before. You're gonna see some ups and downs. I'm not on a roller coaster. I'm going over speed bumps. Just need you to know that now. I'm not actually getting jiggy with it, but we can, and we will. But see, here we go. Yeah, so it jiggles. It doesn't fold. I can't do that song either. But I try to keep up with what's going on. I really do. So anyway, the back of Park Road Shopping Center, you've got Rock Salt. You've got Amelie's. Great bakery. Go there for coffee. You can get morning stuff. You can get quiches. Oh, so great. French pastry. Right here. There's not a name on it. It's a big round sign. It's got 3 dots. It's called ... Imaginative, right? Very cool. It is a speakeasy. You have to have a membership to get in. It's $10 a year, maybe 15. One of the two. It's not bad. But you walk down this bricked corridor. They let you in, and then it looks like a 1920s New York speakeasy. It is it is my favorite place to go in Charlotte. I love it. They do crafted, curated dinners where they pair certain cocktails they will make in-house with their foods. And we did a Hemingway one night for my friend's birthday. It was indescribable. I salivated all night. I didn't get drunk, which was really good, but I remembered it. It was awesome. I want to go back. I want to do it again. We just passed the Kimberly. So it's a very mid-century modern, I want to say condos, but they're really not condos. It is the only co-op in Charlotte. So a co-op is where you buy shares instead of buying the unit itself. You buy shares of the company that owns the building, and then your shares give you access to your unit. So it's very New York-esque in that respect. But the Kimberly is the only thing in Charlotte that is a co-op, and it's the only one of its kind here. It's very unique. People have done their updates inside, so some units are nicer and more updated, more modern than others, but a lot they stick with that mid-century theme throughout. So if that's kind of your vibe and you want to be quirky in the mid-century way, we can accommodate that. We can accommodate that house-wise too. You can go into Myers Park, you can go down toward Raintree. We can get you anywhere in Charlotte and find some mid-century. Raintree area in South Charlotte probably has the most mid-centuries that are very, very cool. You know, and if you don't know mid-century off the top of your head, think Brady Bunch with a slanted roof. I mean, it's the easiest way to explain it. And it's fun. And it works because it's true. So we came out of the back of Park Road Shopping Center, and we are on Park Road. Park Road is going to give us access straight to Atrium and all the way over to Novant. Okay, so this will also give you access if you want to shoot off to the right. You can go down to Freedom Park and walk around. They've got a big pond there. They've got a big lake. They've got an amphitheater island. It's really cool. They do outdoor concerts. You can also go to South Park. They've got an amphitheater over there, and they do Pops in the Park in the summers when it's not COVID, and that's really awesome. You get on the lawn, you pack a picnic basket, you drink, you just have fun. Everybody sits out on a blanket. It's very cool. I like it. We've got a lot of cultural things that go on in Charlotte to keep people occupied and keep people busy and engaged. So if you don't find something to do and you think you're going to be bored, you really need to look online and find out what's going on, because there's always something. We just came off of Park Road. We're back on Park Road. Park Road kind of veers to the left. You need to know that, because if you don't, you go onto Scott and Kenilworth, and that takes you through another section of Dilworth. But this is now Dilworth proper. We have got Taco Mama over here, the butcher. They are a great butcher too, and a wine shop. It's awesome. Famous Toastery is here, but here's the kicker. And again, food, but you know, everything is food related. Inizio's Pizza. They do the best hand-tossed Italian style pizzas. Oh my gosh, so good. If you get the pesto, you will not, you can't go wrong. You will love me, and you will call me, and you will say, pistachio pesto. Did not think of that, but I like it a lot. So, you know, there's that. We've got Ed's Tavern. It used to be a wing shack when I was in college, but it's always been a staple for everybody that comes through Dilworth, and you've got to love it. So Dilworth is a historic district. It is designated as a historic district. Dilworth is older. You have got a lot of shaker style homes here. They tend to run the gambit between the cottage in Dilworth proper, in the old part of Dilworth historic section, and you've got two main roads that are, I don't know, I guess your attractants and where people really want to be. So it's Dilworth Road West and Dilworth Road East. If you can imagine, one's east and one's west. Go figure. I like how they name it. It's really nice. That being said, we're going to go down to Dilworth Road East, and we're going to cut over to East Boulevard. So in here, you've got shaker style here. You've got smaller backyards, because Dilworth people live on their front lawns. They live outwardly. So if you want to have, if your type of personality is, I want my neighbors to say hi, I want to be front facing, I want to say and wave and get to know people as they walk by, you would want to live in Dilworth and look at this area. This is where people live outwardly, front facing. You have a yard in the back. You may more or less have parking back there, but you're very front facing and going, I want to engage. That's what you get in Dilworth. Now, this is Dilworth proper. East Boulevard kind of, I like the word bifurcate in case you can't tell, but we've got all of these roads and these boulevards that separate sections, and they're not separations, they're main thoroughfares that people use to get around. So this will take you all the way out to the airport if you want it to. I mean, you can. I would, there are easier ways, but you can. There are great restaurants on East. There's shopping on East. There's Harris Teeter right here. There's a great coffee shop. You've got Bakersfield, which is tacos and tequila. I mean, you can't go wrong, right? Fresh Market is right down here as well. Okay, so Bad Daddy's Burgers, they're here. There's a lot of great places on East, and it goes right through the center of Dilworth. And so East Boulevard is also, you don't really live on East Boulevard. You work on East Boulevard and you go to eat and dine on East Boulevard, but you live off of East. So that's Dilworth. And Dilworth will run right smack dab into Queens Road West and Queens Road and Kings Drive and the other Queens Road West. So I hope you got all that, because I will quiz you. And if you do not pass, we may not be friends. I don't know. I mean, I'm just saying things because you need to know these things up front. It's a lot of fun, but it's challenging at times. And the best way to get to know Charlotte is drive around with me for a little while, but then do it on your own. Because if you don't drive it, you don't remember it. And you need to remember it, because you need to say, oh, okay, the onion rings on Woodlawn. Yes. And yeah, at Randolph, I know exactly what you're talking about. You have no clue what I'm talking about right now because we haven't been by there. But I will show you, and it's just a sculpture. They're two metal rings, and everybody affectionately calls them the onion rings. It's great. So we're on Dilworth Road East, coming into another section of Dilworth. This is a little bit more posh, a little bit more curated, cultivated, bigger lawns in the front. Again, people live on the front, outwardly here. This will come over to Moorhead, and this will take us right back in to Uptown. So we're coming back to where we started, and that's going to be our first episode, is inner city Charlotte, front of Charlotte, and this is how we get through. But Mount Vernon has some great houses on it. There is a charming townhome community right here called Dilworth Crescent. Again, land of a million churches. We've got a Methodist church right over here. It is absolutely stunning. It is huge, but it is absolutely stunning. So as we hit Moorhead, we're going to take a right. We're going to go back into town. If you took a left, you go right up to the Bank of America Stadium where the Panthers are. There's some construction going on right now. We do take care of our infrastructure here. I need you to know that right now. You will see a lot of construction going on, but in a 2-month time, it's all gone. It's all taken care of because they fixed it. It's really nice. You're going to love it. We're heading back in here. This will take us right to Kings Drive. So when we get here, you can branch off to the right and hit Atrium, which is CMC, which people call it, or you can head to the left and you go to Noda. Those are, again, your 2 medical facilities. We've got law offices over here. There's not a lot of dining on Moorhead, but it is a thoroughfare to get uptown, a very big thoroughfare to get uptown. This will also take you down to the Greenway. There are farmers markets on Kings Drive as well. There are Italian places on Kings Drive, and there's a great acupuncturist and chiropractor right over here. So again, these are the things you just need to know and where to get around. Our Canopy MLS headquarters is just right over here to the left. We call it Canopy because we are in a city that has a ton of tree canopy, and we canvas the entire Piedmont area, which is what Charlotte is in. We're in the Piedmont of North Carolina. And so, we'll give you an education lesson. Piedmont is between the foothills and the low-lying areas. That's what the Piedmont is. And here's Kings Drive. We're going to cut them over here, and we're going to see Atrium. And that concludes episode 1. Thank you all so much. You've got to come back for episode 2. You've got to learn more. We've got to hit South Charlotte and South Park and all of these wonderful places to go. Come back and join me again for another adventure.